Welcome back to the fourth and final week of the Magician's Adventures in the Realm. We've had a very good run of things with the Magician so far. Managed to gain a lot of fame and notoriety and learn 2 of the 4 usable spells I'm going to need to satisfy my usable spells victory points. I've hired the company, which I've never done before with the Magician, so this is a first time for me. And it's been very successful, as you'd expect, with such a powerful native group to lead around, and found some fantastic treasure sites and killed off a number of monsters through using the transforming trick and just through the strength of the company. Now, my goals now are to try and find the last 2 usable spells I need. I actually know where there's another spell that I can learn, and that's on the that's on the shrine here, but there's only one I can learn there, and that's of no use to me. I've got to find at least 2. So what I'm going to hope is that I can find an artifact or a spell book, but preferably in one of these treasure sites, and the pool and the hoard have a number of treasures left, and if I do that I can start learning spells. Failing that, I'm sure I'm going to win the game on fame, with fame and notoriety bonus points regardless, but I would like to try and satisfy that usable spell victory condition. Still a dangerous place. Heavy serpents and the octopus here. More bats to potentially turn up, and the real down point of last week was that I lost Company HQ in a fight against giants. I think that's a little bit of a glitch in Realm Speak, is that you can't see, once you've deployed a number of natives to identical monsters, you can't tell which is which, and Company HQ lost his life to the fact that we couldn't tell which one we had to transform. Maybe someone knows how to tell which is which. I'd be interested to hear. Now, so what I'm going to need to do here is move into this site. I'm well protected by my company, but I would like to make sure I'm hidden when I go in so that I'm not blocked. We'll move into that site, and I will actually search a couple of times. I've done 2 hides, which increases my chance of hiding successfully from 70% up into the 80s. I think about 85% chance with 2 hides. Good. We move in. Successful hide. So we've moved into 6 Deep Woods, and I'm going to keep looting. I could start looting the pool, which is going to result in fatiguing. Horde still has 5 left. I could have some failed search rolls there, but it's still likely that I'm going to draw treasures first up, and I won't have to fatigue to do that. So, quick boots. I'll actually activate those. They're a move M3. I can't actually use my light 3 move chit at the moment because I'm carrying the flying carpet, which is medium weight, but I will activate those. I can actually have a non-fatiguing 3 move time that can allow me to carry medium items like the flying carpet. So that's quite nice. And I'll loot the hoard again. Nothing, roll of 5. Okay. Done. Now, we're at this site and hidden. There's 2 heavy serpents and the octopus there. I still have a good group of hide natives with me, even though I don't have their leader anymore. The problem with leaving these monsters here is that I want to stay here and continue looting, and if I do that with them here, any failed hide roll on my first phase of the day will result in them blocking me and the whole day being wasted. So I'm going to actually prefer to try and take them out this turn, and I've certainly got the resources with the company to do that. The octopus is still quite dangerous, even though particularly with multiple opponents there, because I can't assign as many people against him. So I think what I'm going to do is transform him. So I'll transform him and assign the rest of my hide natives against the heavy serpents to try and take them out quickly. The only one who can't harm the heavy serpents is Company 1, so I'll actually get him to lure the octopus. which hopefully will be a squirrel, frog or bird in just a moment. We'll get company 5 to lure one of the heavy serpents, company 6 to lure the other. And I've got 3 pikemen to deploy. Now here's going to be the problem again. As soon as the octopus goes back onto his own sheet, when I deploy this pikeman against him, sorry, not the octopus, this heavy serpent, when I deploy the pikeman against him, I won't know. He'll be featureless, so to speak. When I've deployed against both of these, I won't know which is which. There's a danger of me assigning 3 pikemen to 1 heavy serpent when I actually want to split them, which is a nuisance. It's going to have to be heavy with 1 sharpness star because of their... Actually, there's not that risk because I know that this one is the one that the crossbowman's assigned against. But this one now, just like the giants, I've got no idea who's who here. I don't know which one I'm assigning to. So I'd say I'd be very interested if anyone knows how to tell in realm speak once you get into that sort of position, which monster's which. Alright, casting a spell. I've got a very nervous looking company 1 short swordsman there. Facing up to a nasty looking octopus. Oh, what is it with the squirrels? I should feel bad, shouldn't I? But I don't. Hate squirrels. So, alright. First heavy serpent. Spread out my attackers. Oh, I didn't flip company 6. That was a mistake. And I didn't want the great swordsman to be the target of that other heavy serpent, but it doesn't matter. Alright. 1 heavy serpent dead. He intercepted company 4, but that means company 4 intercepted him, of course, as well. And on that first round of combat, those nice long pikes, and weapon length of 10 way outreaches a weapon length of 0. If it was the second round of combat, or later, the heavy serpent would have won that duel because his fight time's faster. But on the first round of combat, those long weapon lengths are wonderful. No one intercepted anyone here. So, and the squirrel survived. Okay, only 1 heavy serpent left. I don't have to get confused anymore about who's assigning against him. Great swordsman will lure him. Doesn't really matter about the squirrel being lured, but we'll do it anyway. And I'll deploy all of the rest of my natives against the heavy serpent, remembering attack time 1 this time for the crossbowmen. They have to be on their heavy with 1 sharpness side. They don't have to stay there, of course. They can change tactics, but there's a 70% they'll stay on that side, so I should assign them on that side. That heavy serpent should be in trouble. And of course now, nothing to do in the encounter phase, I can actually take on the squirrel. My chance to be a real hero. That'd be a tale to tell at the end, wouldn't it? Magician boasting over drinks about taking out the squirrel. Of course, I have a negligible with 1 sharpness. Every character is assumed to have a dagger, which is negligible with 1 sharpness star. It can take out almost nothing, but it can take out a squirrel. I can't undercut him, so I might as well use my fight L4, but it is possible that I'll intercept him. Spread out my attackers here. Once again, they can move or reposition, but the more even spread I have, the more chance I'm likely to get a killing interception. Alright. Let's do it. Oh, I've lost a pikeman. These guys didn't intercept. God, crossbowman. The crossbowman can't hit the side of a barn door. That's ridiculous. He changed tactics. Intercepted him, but decreased 2 levels. He's useless. And of course, the only pikeman who did intercept him only the other pikeman who intercepted him has actually changed tactics. Company 2 intercepted him, but his fight time's slower than the heavy serpent, so he was killed. I lose his notoriety, and that's a shame, because I like the heavy pikeman. But say these guys are paid mercenaries, so they're paid to put themselves in danger. No one killed the squirrel. Lives to fight another day. All right. What I'm going to do this time is, because that oh no, I don't want to do that. Because that lure the squirrel with the short swordsman. Because that heavy serpent has changed tactics to his heavy attack side, I am going to attack time of 1. I'm going to deploy my last pikeman on his fast maneuver side time. So this serpent has an attack time of 5. Actually, it doesn't matter. No, his maneuver time of 4 will do. All right. I assign against the squirrel yet again, hoping for glory. I can spread out my attackers there once again. Let's see what happens. Oh, no, forgot to place my attack. It's just not used to getting into combat. That's his problem. Okay, serpent did die this time. Who got him? He moved into the path of the heavy swordsman, who changed tactics, but that didn't matter because his heavy blow, even though it loses sharpness star, was enough to kill the serpent. Squirrel survives again. It's embarrassing that we've got to call in help, but he can stay on my sheet, it doesn't matter. I'll just deploy the others to him. The only one who can undercut him is Company 6. He might actually get a kill. Not holding my breath though with the way he's been performing. It's very random. He looks good, the crossbowman, but he's a victim of the missile table, and all too often he fails to come up with the goods. Not like Rogue 4, my favourite Rogue 4. Okay, not casting a spell. So I'm assigning to attack him as well. And we'll position everyone, spread them out. Someone has to hit this guy this time. I'll place my attack down here in the smash box. Dead squirrel, who got him? Look at him. Company 6 undercut and hit him again, but his heavy decreased 3 levels to negligible. So he didn't kill the squirrel. Oh, it's a shame. Who did kill him? It was Company 1. Both he and Company 3 intercepted him, but Company 1's attack time of 3 was faster. He did medium damage, light plus 1 sharpness star. He killed the squirrel, so he's the one who gets to boast at the end. Alright, we lost a pikeman there, but that sort of thing's unavoidable. Huge fame and notoriety bonus for killing those the octopus and those 2 heavy serpents. Now, times are wasting, but that transform spell is too valuable not to keep activated, so I'm going to hide. I'll rest twice and spell twice to power up again. Monster die roll of 2. Looks to me like serpents again. Yep, this time the tremendous serpent. This guy's big, tremendous and armoured. The only one who could take him out is the Company 5 on his light side, so I'm going to have to transform him, otherwise he might cause some damage. He, of course, is a tremendous monster. He doesn't do much on this side, that light 4. I think he's a bit like a big boa constrictor, because he doesn't have that sort of big poison bonus that the little vipers have got with their extra sharpness stars. He just turns over and constricts you to death. on his red side once he's hit on his light 4 side. So he's going to need a bit of transforming. Company 1 can lure him. Those 2 spells are looking further and further away, I have to say, which is a shame, but we're going to win the game anyway if we continue to go on this path. Now, of course, no one but the Great Swordsman can actually do enough damage to him. Company 3 will be his target. Nobody but the Great Swordsman can actually do enough damage to kill him, but hopefully he's not going to be a serpent for much longer. I'm getting a lot of luck. Due a tremendous flying dragon, I think, in which case we'll all be running away. No, another frog. All right. Spread everyone out. Dead frog. And the killer. Company 1 and Company 3 intercepted him. Longest weapon length, of course, Company 3 with that pike. So this first round of combat, he killed him. Good. More fame, more notoriety. Now, I'm going to have to this is the problem, I'm not getting to do any searching. Doesn't matter, we're getting fame and notoriety for lots of bonus points, so I think those extra spells are going to be irrelevant. Monster die roll of 2. I think we've emptied out 2. Shrine, of course, is up in Borderlands, and these vipers are in woods, so 2 is emptied out. We won't be encountering any monsters on a die roll of 2 here. So I've re-enchanted my type 4 chit to purple. And as we've said, nothing's come this turn. Right, 4 more days. I'm going to continue to stay here and loot out the hoard. I don't think there's any point going up to the shrine at all. I will have to remember that I've got this Ashes Curse, because even though I'm not going to be spending my gold now, I've really spent all the gold I need, and I still have 34 gold, it's actually worthless, and I will get a penalty to my victory points for not having at least compensated for that 10 gold that I started the game with. I'll have to have at least 10 gold in my pocket that's actually worth something more than ashes. So we'll hide, and I'll search 4 times. Hidden. Might actually start fatiguing some chits. I've got more chance of drawing from the pool, so it's a better chance. That move, I've got those quick boots on. I don't need that move light 3. So Oil of Poison. It's not a bad find. It actually adds a sharpness. It's a potion that adds a sharpness star to a weapon. May or may not be of any use. I've got a fight light 4 chit. As you can see, the only thing I'm consider threatening, I actually get brave and step up into combat when we're facing squirrels and frogs, not in anything tougher, and I don't need that fight light 3 chit, so it's one I can fatigue. Ancient Telescope. I'll have a look at these at the end. I'll loot the pool again. Now, I don't need that fatigue move. I don't need that move 4. I have those quick boots on, so I can afford to fatigue it. Draft for speed's another potion. Now, I'd have to fatigue a magic chit. What was left was my 6, 7, and 8. I want the control bats available. I want the monster die roll of 2. I want the remedy available, and I need the transform available, of course. So I'm going to loot the hoard instead, so I don't have to fatigue. Nothing. Monster die roll of 2 we already know is not going to summon anything. 3 days left. I don't think I'm going to find my spells. I'll hide. Search. No, I'm going to have to rest if I want to keep searching the pool. So, say I'll hide. I'll rest twice and I'll search twice. That just seems like the sensible option. Successful hide. Let's rest 2 of those. It doesn't really matter which ones. I'm going to fatigue them again by looting the pool. Ooh, Enchanter's Skull. Artifact. Type 4 spell that I can learn. It's only got 1 spell in it. Do we have enough time? If I can learn that spell, can I make it to the shrine in time? No, I can't. Still, if I can find something else with a spell on it, I won't bother reading runes. It's just going to get me cursed. But if I can learn find one more thing with a spell on it, then I might be able to start reading runes. So let's search the pool again. Fatigue that, move M4. Shit. Magic Wand. Nice item. Lovely item for the magician. Okay, what does the Magic Wand do? It controls the red die on all spell rolls. The transform table is a spell roll. So I can make that roll a 4, 5 or 6, and that means I'm guaranteed to get a squirrel, bat or frog, because even if the white die is a 1, we'll take the higher die roll. That's a fantastic combo with the transform. So even though we've done pretty well with getting harmless creatures with the transform, that actually helps guarantee it. Really nice. Would have been lovely to have found that earlier. Great shame that wasn't one of the first ones we found, but it doesn't matter. Nice to know it's there. Tremendous Dragon. Well, he turned up just in time, didn't he? He must have we already taken him out? No, he's turned up because of the Slither chit, has he? Sorry, just curious here. Why was he summoned here? Slither. Tremendous Dragon turned up because of the Slither sound counter here. Alright, well, we know what we're going to do with him. Now, this is good. Get to demonstrate what the Magic Wand will do for us. So, first thing we're going to do, lure him off. Deploy everyone against him. Did it again. Didn't flip the crossbowman. Not with the way he's been performing that it would make any difference whatsoever. Absolutely useless. Okay, all deployed against him. Now, the thing here is that now I have my Magic Wand activated. Let's go, we transform. Have my Magic Wand activated. And target the Tremendous Dragon. Now, I get to choose on the transform table which die we'll choose. If I choose a 4, it doesn't mean it's going to be a bird, because the white die could be 5 or 6, so we could get a squirrel or frog. But if I choose a 6, we're guaranteed a frog. So let's go frog. So Magic Wand, as you can see, is fantastic in combination with the with transform. Okay, dead frog. Who was it? Company 4. Intercepted him and killed him. Well done. More fame and more notoriety. Another 10 fame, another 10 notoriety. I'm going to get a big fame and notoriety bonus, which will way outweigh the fact that I haven't found my second usable spells. But it's a bit of a shame, because I actually like to try and find those. Satisfy all my victory points. It doesn't matter. I'll rest twice and spell twice to get my transform set up again. Monster die roll of 5. I don't think that summoned anything, did it? So successful hide. Rest those 2. Enchant my purple. Type 4 to purple. No, die roll of 5 didn't summon anything. Last day of the month. Last day of the game. Why don't I hide? I'll rest once and search 3 times. I'll know when the monster die roll comes up whether I'm going to need my type 4 chits on. Bats. Okay. I'd succeeded. I will rest one of those movement chits. It doesn't matter whether I loot the horde or the pool now, so I might as well loot the horde because I'm less likely to get fatigued there. Shoes of Stealth. Shoes of Stealth are nice. They allow me to hide with one die. I didn't actually look at those other items, did I? I'm not really going to end up really using them. Oil of Poison is a potion that adds a sharpness starter weapon for the rest of the day. That's quite nice. I could use it. I couldn't really use it. I don't have a weapon. Ancient Telescope allows me to get an extra peer in a mountain. Kind of useful. Draft of Speed. That would be quite useful with my Control Bat spell because it would make my Type 4 chit, Type 7 chit a speed of 2, which would allow me to cast it even with bats on my sheet. And that bat, see, with a roll of 6, that bat was prowling. It's gone back to the bat that was already here has gone back to the treasure setup card. The Shoes of Stealth are great. Move light 3, but hide 1 die. That's the really good thing. It's a great item for the Magician. Only problem is I've got a flying carpet. I've got a medium weight item, and I'd have to drop that to activate the Shoes of Stealth. It's the last day of the month. I probably would have done that if we'd still been playing for days after this. I probably would have dumped the flying carpet, which is a great sin because it's a great item. I'm sure a lot of people would be cringing to hear that, but I think the Shoes of Stealth would be more valuable because I'd get that hide of 1 die, and I would not be allowed to wear them while I had a medium weight item that I was carrying. Doesn't matter. We're almost done. Okay. Let's loot the pool because I can fatigue that medium 4 chit. Found the sacred statue. Oh, what a shame. It's too late anyway. It's an artifact with a spell, but it's a type 1 spell that I couldn't learn. I've been a bit unlucky with that, finding the shrine in that item because, say, type 1s are the only spells I can't learn. And, loot the horde for the last one. Die roll of 5. Nothing. Okay, that 1 bat that was summoned back to the treasure card, that's happened because we're on the final day of the week and the monster die roll was 6, which was giant bats, so the ones that are actually in the realm get summoned back to the chart, and then at the end of the day he was summoned back here. We could attack him, but he could wipe out some more of my company, and they've served me very well. So we'd lost company HQ and one of the pikemen, which I was a bit sad about, but they've served me very well, and I won't subject them to the threat of a giant bat tearing them to pieces, because that can actually happen even if there are 5 of them to take him on. I could cast my Control Bat spell, but I think we'll just leave it there because it's the end of the month. And we've had a very successful go of it, 15 points. As you can see, I did get -9 because I didn't satisfy one of my victory requirements for spells, but huge bonus points for fame in particular, 92 fame when we only needed 20. And only part of that, we only got 10 of that from selling that Regent of Jewels to the soldiers, so most of that was from combat, from transforming monsters, and particularly the help of the company. But we got a bit of a bonus for notoriety as well. I did forget, and I said I would, to get rid of the ashes, and I got a minus. I got a penalty for that. We would have had more points if I'd cast my remedy to get rid of that ashes, but it didn't matter because we did very well. 15 points is an excellent result for the magician. It would be very rare that I'd get higher than that. So I hope you've enjoyed that. I really enjoy the magician. It's that lots of strange things can crop up with him. That's the first time that I've hired the company, and that was really very effective. I wouldn't usually have enough gold. That would be my problem. I wouldn't usually have enough gold on board, and I'd usually be struggling to find my last spells, and I wouldn't necessarily be hunting the company down trying to hire them, but it just was a nice set of circumstances there that allowed me to hire them. There's a bit of everything with playing the magician, which is why another reason I enjoy him. You got to see use of spells in combat, learning about enchanting chits, getting into combat, looting, and controlling Hyde natives, and in this particular instance controlling a large group of Hyde natives, which doesn't usually happen. You're usually just running around with a few rogues. But I hope that was informative, and I actually hope it inspires some people to try out the Magician, because I think he's one of the best characters in the Magic realm. I'll see you for the next character example. Thanks for watching.